everyone. Welcome to the 25th edition of the Factly Digest, which is a series of lives that we do from our studio here in our Hyderabad office. I am Parvati Mohan and I lead the audio-visual production efforts here at Factly. Now, usually the Factly Digest is a fortnightly special where we talk to members of the various teams that work at Factly and we get an update from them on the kind of work that they've been doing. But this time we're doing things a little differently. So 2 days ago, 2nd April, is across the world, it is celebrated as International Fact Checking Day, which is an initiative by the International Fact Checking Network, which is the IFCN. Now, this is meant to celebrate and highlight the important work of fact checkers worldwide and recognize the crucial role of accurate information in an interconnected world. So, of course, this is all great to say, but what it really means is what we are going to talk about to two members of the fact-checking team here at Factly. Now, before we get into that, a quick reminder or piece of information for those of you who are new. Memberships are live on our English language YouTube channel, so do consider joining. It is a small but significant way for you to show support for the kind of work that we do here at Factly. Of course, a big part of which is fact-checking. So with that, we get into this special edition where we talk to two members of our fact-checking team about this whole institution of fact-checking and what it really means, not just for us, but for the world at large. So joining me for the first time on the Factly Digest is Varun, who is a fact-checker. Hi, Varun.
Hello.
And I think before we get into the specific things like, the need for fact-checking or the impact of our fact-checking work in particular, I want to ask you at a personal level, what is it like being a fact-checker?
It's actually very interesting, entertaining, and also like as long as you don't take things personally and look at them objectively, if it doesn't affect you, it's fine. Like it's really thrilling to be a fact checker. Yeah.
Right. So, we were talking about this the other day also, and you were talking about a few personal experiences you've had, vis-a-vis connecting with people and all of that ever since you became a fact checker, especially, and how these conversations hit differently.
Yeah.
So can you take our viewers through that?
Yeah. So initially when I started here as a fact checker, so like I had done communication like in my master's, so I knew the effect of misinformation, disinformation on the world in general, but personally I didn't know that, like, because I was not affected by misinformation that much. I just knew it through people sharing it, memes that WhatsApp, people share fake news on WhatsApp and all of that. But when I started working as a fact checker at Factly, so initially one of the first fact checks that I had worked on, like the piece of misinformation that I debunked was a very common belief is there, in our circles, like generally in our society, that if you drink hot water mixed with coffee and lemon juice, you'll be it'll help you in reducing weight loss. Even I tried that, but it's not proven scientifically. Like it's not a scientific method to lose your weight. So that was surprising, because there are so many people who actually do that as a practice. Early in the morning they do drink hot water mixed with coffee and lemon juice. So and then through my discussions with people, I started interacting more with people, and that is when I used to point out, let's say they, in our discussions they have brought up some topic, saying that this is true, have you heard about this? Like, we might have just debunked that a week ago or 2 days ago. I would just open our website and show that, bro, this is fake, what are they saying? So there are so many people who actually believe, fall for misinformation a lot. And there's this one scam that went viral an year ago, which is Natraj pencil packing job. Like it's like they people use, scammers promised basically 30,000 salary for people who can work on packing Natraj pencils. So you remember that we even made a fact check video, right? So I was quite surprised by the quantum of people who actually fell for that. Like under the comment section, people were just saying that, I fell for this. One of my friends has, was scammed by people and all of it. Okay, that was quite surprising. And what's even more surprising is that, like, even after many months of debunking that piece of scam, people were still commenting that I believed in this. And some people even said that, ma'am, is there any can you send the link, thinking that we are actually promoting that. So which means that misinformation is actually spreading like a wildfire, but not the actual fact check. So but the positive side to it is that some people who believed in that scam, and then, like, our video, they watched our video and they were informed that, oh, this is fake, so they have commented. So it's actually fulfilling that, our work affects in a positive way. So coming back to the fake news thing, I think it's general psychology of humans that, like, we tend to give attention to something very shocking, surprising, or, like, dramatic. The fake news is like, it has that value, it has that shock value, so that is why people fall for it. But when it comes to fact check, it's like, bro, this is what, like, you're introducing the fake news to them and then saying, like, why this is false or misleading, and just providing them with the details of how you fact check it, right? So maybe we should find out methods to disseminate fact checks also, so that they also go viral, because, like, there are hardly any videos of us that went viral. Like, some have gone, but so the point I'm trying to make is that fake news goes viral, but not the fact checks. And that's it.
I think here I should mention, when you spoke about our videos not going viral, what does go viral is someone takes just the claim part where we say that, for example, I say, there was this video that said that the Zimbabwe cricket team has sung Jai Shri Ram. And they just take that sentence and concoct a whole fake reel out of it. So if you see people like Varun and me saying such things, please know that it is part of a larger fact check, and there is a investigation and rating after that. So unfortunately, those are the ways in which we go viral. But you mentioned the process of fact checking. So can you take us through the process you followed for one or two crucial fake claims that you have debunked?
Yeah, sure. So I would like to talk about two of the, like, very old hoaxes that we all fell as for a nation, actually, and also world in general. So the first one is, you might have, like, we all heard that the NASA moon landing are fake. It's a conspiracy and all that. So recently we got a video which, like, it's like a behind the scenes footage of some shoot. So the people were claiming that it is the behind the scenes footage of the NASA's moon landing that was shot in Nevada desert. Right. And then like, it was like a 7-minute video or something, and it contained the moon landing, like astronauts and everybody. Like, it even has lights, cameras, and the director properly saying action and everything, calling for the action. I was going through the comments and some of the posts of that video, and found a user who said that this is the behind the scenes footage of a movie called Capricorn 1. And then I found it, like, I looked for it on the YouTube, I found it, and that's it. Like, the viral video contains so much of, like, many clips from the BTS reel of Capricorn 1, and they've used, like, they cross cut it with the actual Apollo moon landing footage and made that video. That's it. It was that simple. That was one of the fact checks that I've done recently. And the other one is, we all know, like, we all fell for these. So there was this viral message, that UNESCO has declared the Indian national anthem Jana Gana Mana as the world's best national anthem. And we even debunked that in the past, but every now and then it just resurfaces again and again, and it's one of the very old hoaxes. So nothing, like, for that we just checked the UNESCO website and their social media handles, and found no such announcement made by them. And while searching for that, like, on the internet, we found a 2008 news article by the India Today in like regarding this only. So it was viral back then also in 2018 as well, 16 years ago. So in that, an official from UNESCO, they have said that no, we haven't declared the Indian national anthem as the world's best work. For that matter, no other
Right.
national anthems as well. Yeah, these were the two. Like, it's surprising how people fall for such fake news. One thing I wanted to mention in this discussion was, like, the election season is coming. People will fabricate more and more misinformation, even disinformation. They can use political speeches and manipulate them, share them out of context. Old photographs will be shared again, and yeah, so you should, like, people should be vigilant. It's simple. You just, like, most of the fact check work that we do, we can debunk the falseness of any claim just by a simple Google search. Like, most of them, like, I don't know the percentage, but yeah.
Yeah.
So you can just do that, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us, Varun. This brings us to the end of your portion of this live, and we will speak to another member of the fact check team in just a short while. But before we do that, very quick reminder that in case all of this is too overwhelming, too difficult, then there is our WhatsApp tip line, and there is our social media and YouTube presence, which is at Factly India across platforms. So make sure you're subscribed to us, following us, all of that, because there are fake news roundups and deep dives into certain kinds of certain posts in fake news and all of that that we do. So yeah, definitely stay tuned. All right. We'll now move on to the second half of the live. And if you have been watching our lives, Harsha is a familiar face, of course. Hi, Harsha.
Hi, Parvati.
And we are always the past several times we've done this, we've spoken about you've been here talking about election related misinformation. So this time you're actually going to be doing something different, which is talking about the institution of fact checking in itself. So one thing I want to talk about, and this is something Varun mentioned earlier, and we are also, through our videos, through everything, we're always telling our viewers how it can be so easy to fact check things by yourself, even if you're not a fact checker. So if it really is that easy, why do we even need a formal fact checking network that we are all part of?
So there are actually few reasons why a formal fact checking network needed. One of them is expertise and resources. So not everyone can be trained on multiple technologies and tools, and multiple some are trained in medical, some are trained in technology, and some do policy related fact checks. So this a formal fact checking network provides expertise. It can recruit some experts in a particular related field, so they can debunk this misinformation more effectively than the individual people. And next one is resources. A institute like us can have multiple resources, like access to databases and government reports and court judgments, and they can also contact these experts in particular fields. Like one recent example is this ECA released this data of electoral bonds, and in that we can see the political parties doing campaigns against each other. And one such claim is, there are several claims. One such claim is this political funding for a party by some companies. Like one party says that your party got so and so from this company, and like that. So usually this ECA released data or based. They released two sets of PDFs, or two PDFs. Like one is this buyers of the electoral bonds, and the other PDF contains redemption details. So normal users, common people they cannot get this data, and they calculate who sent how much money to which party. So like for this we have this data full. It's a product of Factly, and what it does is it creates data sets out of these two different PDF by matching the numbers of the electoral bonds, so that we can easily show which party got how much of money from which company. So that's why we need a formal fact checking organizations rather than individuals who have not access who do not have access to such resources. So next one is the scale and reach of the fact checking. Coming to the scale of fact checking, this fact checking organizations like us have access to some particular tools like CrowdTangle and other third party tools, so that we can monitor the wide range of misinformation going on through social media rather than focusing on a particular specific claim. And the next one is reach. Our production team in Factly, they convert our fact checks into videos, like long videos, short videos, Instagram stories. So the reach of the fact checking is more. We can amplify the reach and go to the more people. So, and next one is this combating misinformation campaign. These political parties usually they do campaigns. They set narratives to influence the public opinion and voting choices. So, in order to control this, organizations like us do collaborate with social media platforms like Facebook. We are the one of the third party fact checking partners for Facebook, Meta, and also with IFCN. And there is some collaboration called MCM, Misinformation Combat Alliance. Like this, we can combinedly tackle the problem of misinformation. So, and next one is this credibility and trust. So, as an organization, we always abide by the rules set by the IFCN, International Fact Checking Network. It is called Code of Principles. So, in that, they have set some rules for us and fact checking organizations like us. Like, for example, there should be a transparency in funding, like who funded us and how much, and like that. And there should be a transparency in fact checking process as well. And we should always quote the primary sources like that. And also we should be non-partisan. We should fact check claims from all the political parties, not just related to a particular political party. So apart from this, we always encourage individuals to try fact checking on their own rather than always depending on fact checkers like that. There are two examples. Mostly people can fact check claims, most of the claims, because most of the claims are related to either reverse image search or web search like Google search. So for one example is that there is a recent claim of crowd doing rally against the arrest of the Arvind Kejriwal.
Yeah.
So by doing a simple reverse image search, you can see that image was uploaded at here, and it's related to Odisha's Puri Jagannath Yatra. So anyone can do it with a fraction of seconds on their phone as well. And the next one is web search. There is a claim that Election Commission of India banned EVMs, and they will conduct poll through ballot papers. But actually, using a Google web search, we can easily debunk it. So by this way, people can investigate most of the claims, and they don't always need to rely on the fact checkers. But not all claims are easy, as we said. So we need a formal fact checking organizations to debunk these complex claims like this.
Yeah. All right. So that said, what are the challenges you face as a fact checker?
So the first one is this information overload. So actually, we are having more and more smartphone, internet, social media penetration in India and around the world. So there is more and more information going online, and with this information, we have also misinformation or disinformation like that. So we cannot investigate all the claims we got as requests or we see online. So we pick the particular claims based on this virality and the impact on the society. So mostly we try to debunk these communal claims, political claims, which have real-time impact. First, if we have time, we choose to investigate other non-serious claims as well. So this is one of the challenges. And the next one is misinformation tactics. These days, misinformation comes in different formats like text, images, videos, and more recently, we are getting it as AI-generated content like deep fakes, cloned voices, cloned images, audios like that. So we need to adapt to these new technologies in order to debunk this type of misinformation. So this is another kind of challenge for fact checkers. And the next one is this is important. This is not a challenge for us. It's not technical challenge, but human challenge. This is echo chamber and confirmation bias. That means people believe what they want to believe online.
Yeah.
So even if you do fact check, debunk a particular claim, they are not willing to believe it. and they want to believe the fake news, and they want to stick to it because it's kind of hard to change the people's opinion. So, and next one is language barriers. In a country like India, we have so many tens of languages, and fake news is coming from all languages, from all social backgrounds or cultures. So it's kind of difficult, but we are at Faculty we debunk mostly English, Hindi, Telugu claims, Kannada claims. So even if we get other language claims from other languages, we use technology. Like if we get text from other language, we translate using Google search. And even if you get voice from other language, we try to translate manually, taking help from other people.
Yeah.
So this is kind of other challenge. And the next one is, and most important one is, the speed of misinformation. Like Varun said earlier, the misinformation spreads more rapidly than the fact checks.
Yeah.
So, and actually this was there is some World Economic Forum Global Risk Report 2024. In it, they said that misinformation or disinformation are the most severe short-term risks for India in 2024 and coming years. So, to tackle this, we are using different techniques like to social media to amplify the fact checks as well, so that people can quickly realize. So this is the reality behind this claim, like that.
Right. So, it sounds very pessimistic when we are talking about challenges. So, what I want to know now is there any hope for the institution of fact checking? I mean, we and fact checkers around the world are putting in all this effort. Is it going somewhere? Is it leading to someplace good?
Yeah, definitely, because as we know, new technology is being developed. The same technology is used for both good and bad. So we are also learning new techniques to debunk this misinformation more quickly and efficiently. And there are some collaborations happening between fact-checking companies and these social media platforms and universities and non-profit organizations like that. So we can combinedly tackle this misinformation more effectively than before. And the next one is the impact, the real-time impact. I mean, the public awareness. Public are also getting more awareness is also increasing these days, because we are seeing this in our Instagram channels in the way of commenting. Some people are tagging when they see fake news on social media, Twitter or like that, and we are getting more and I mean, whenever there is some serious issue, like during the Ram Mandir temple opening, we have some more and people asking questions about the viral claims about Ram Mandir on our WhatsApp tip line, on our Instagram pages as well. So we can see that this indicates that people are more aware of the fake news and they want to know what's the truth behind the claim. So on the next one is real-time impact. So fact checking is one area where you can see the real impact on the people more quickly and more widely. So for example, you see some people are commenting about how we help them from falling prey for the financial frauds and miracle cures and scams like Varun said earlier, Natras pencil scam, all that. So this is the real-time impact you are getting. So this is very useful for the people who want to know the truth and want to know how the how the frauds, the scams happen in the social media. So if anyone wants to investigate the claim that they got through WhatsApp forward or social media, they can always send us to our WhatsApp tip line, and we will investigate for them.
Yeah, absolutely. Working on the video side of things, I'm privy to these comments. I do see a lot of times, and it's very heartening for us. And it's also very alarming, the number of people who are falling for these claims and all of that, because some of them, Varun was saying that the Natraj one is too ridiculous to begin with, but still a lot of people fell for it. There are a few that are actually very convincing. And those are, and that there is a huge vulnerable population that is falling for these. So absolutely agree, and doubling down on the fact on our WhatsApp tip line, which is a very important resource. And another thing you can do on WhatsApp is join our channel, and you'll get daily a roundup of fact checks, and that can be very helpful for you on the go. And especially this being an election year, we have to be on our toes. There's no two ways about it. It really impacts impacts our voting decisions and all of that. All right. So that brings us to the end of this edition of the Faculty Digest. Thank you for joining, Harsha. And the next edition should be around the 18th of April. That would be the 26th edition. And in the meantime, do follow us on social media at Faculty India. Subscribe to us on YouTube if you haven't already. Consider joining memberships and reach out to us through all these platforms. Comment on our videos, DM us, all of that. With your suggestions for what kind of work what kind of work you want us to do for you, and you know and any constructive feedback that you may have. So yeah, looking forward to all of that engagement. Thank you for joining, and see you the next